the backpack with the tarp, as Chris mentioned.
Yes.
Most likely, tarps are used, unfortunately, for two reasons, right? Carrying out a body, or for, unfortunately, kind of like illicit sexual deviant behaviors or acts.
MDSO.
Most
MDSO?
likely, for what it's worth.
But with the tarp, when you wrap somebody in a tarp and haul them over your shoulders, or drag them with the tarp?
No, you put them over their shoulder. That's why, as Chris said, and Nancy, no, not Nancy Grace, Ashley Banfield, several guests had mentioned the blood drops are vertical drops.
But a tarp alive or already dead? Or it could be both, either or.
Most likely, either sedated or dead.
Sedated. Well, some people also suggested chloroform.
Yeah, in the 40 minutes in there, obviously it's a lot of speculation. We don't know why it took so long. And that could be to, like, either sedate her or, like Chris mentioned or someone else mentioned, like, originally, it was, should be in and out, but she could have had a heart attack. We don't know. Those pacemakers, even if the person passes away, they are still alive. It will still continue to work. So she could have had a heart attack or whatever, and they're saying, oh shit, now what the hell do we do? And during the 40 minutes they're in there, they're looking around for maybe other cameras. They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They have no idea if there's hidden cameras in there. So it's going to have time, they're maybe, taking their time to make sure their dots are dotted, T's are crossed.
You're saying they because you think it was multiple people involved.
Yeah, if my theory thinking that, that the first, the guy in the video, the perp, he's like a low-end gopher guy. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two other, more professional.
But yeah, professional, organized, targeted. Professional by who, though? Why?
Well, okay, that's a good question. That would be the motive question, right? And that's a tough one. And then from the scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the most, let's say, logical and not so unhinged, all the way to 10, which is kind of crazy unhinged theories and motive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, let's say, on the scale of 1 to 10, depending on the individual you're talking to or the people listening. If you're not aware of the Epstein files, you're going to say, like, this is an absolutely, crazy thought and theory. But if you've been watching the Epstein files or following it, you could then, make some sense to it.